time, but we're going to be flying through this.
Please do and cut it by at least 3/4.
No. But first of all, I just want to say it's an absolute honour for me to be asked tonight to represent Aileen on behalf of the family to speak for her. It's really quite special for me, but just think of it for a minute. I get to speak. Aileen actually has to sit and listen and say absolutely nothing. And for me, a man who's been married to Mackenzie for 25 years now, that's quite a big thing. So please, get comfortable because you might be here for quite a while. I'll talk about Aileen a bit further on in my speech. But I just want to say just very quickly how beautiful the bridesmaids and Aileen and the flower girls were today. I'm sure we all agree about that. For those of you who have never had the misfortune of meeting me before, I am the long-suffering Uncle Marky Sparky, as he refers to me. I used to be the chief family wedding dancer. However, it seems that perhaps due to my increasing years, widening waistline, failing knees, I've been either relegated or promoted to the chief wedding speaker. So let's see how that goes. This experience takes me back about 25 years ago, where the last time I had this particular occasion to speak in this type of environment was on the wedding of my, well, I had put beloved, but I've been asked to change it to my super sexy Marilyn Monroe wife. And I recall that day being totally lost for words. And anybody who knows me will think, Mark, lost for words, that's really not quite a thing for him, but I'm putting it down to the fact that at the time I was young, I really didn't know what was quite ahead of me in relation to the Mackenzie family, and I'm suppose I'm a bit inadequate at the time, and maybe that's just not what I am today, but I'll let you think about that for a wee bit longer. Anyway, initially we've got some bad news. Unfortunately, I've been working on this speech for about a month or 6 weeks now, and I've been rewriting it and editing it, and the least I can get it down to is about 1 hour and 60 minutes. So get yourself comfortable, get your glasses charged. If the waitresses are about, ask for more champagne, because Norry actually says it's not a problem, we're going to raise more champagne. So please go ahead and we'll have as many champagne as well. Norry said that there were about 300 bottles of the champagne delivered to you from his basement last night, so go ahead. I had thought about how I was going to portray my sentiments tonight. First I thought that in my role as the chief wedding dancer, I would maybe get an artistic dance. But Sophie said that dad dancing is just not cool. So that was ignored. Then Hugh, when Hugh and I were in Barcelona at the Grand Prix, Hugh gave me this great idea. Let's do it to a theme, let's sing. You know, let's get the family singing, and Hugh's a great singer. And we'll do it to some sort of theme like Mamma Mia, which is Aileen's favourite, or all the rest of it, or you know, maybe Sunshine on Leith or something like that. But I thought, the Mackenzies actually can't sing, because I've heard Norry singing, and we didn't have to sing today, thankfully, but they really can't sing, so that was out the window. So I thought, like, let's just talk about it, let's just see it how it is, and that's what we're going to do tonight. But seriously, I'm quite honoured to be representing Aileen's father here, Graham, tonight. It's certain that a sign for me that as a family member, I'm getting a bit older. However, we've now got an elder statesman in the family. We'll talk about that later. Me. I'm quite pleased about that. And I'm hoping that it's a long time that I've got to do another sort of father of the bride speech, Sophie. It will be a long time. Right, getting back to the chief wedding dancer theme. Tonight we're actually going to be having a competition later on, and any of the nieces and nephews and all the rest of it. Because I've moved on and I'm going to be the elder statesman, we're having a bit of a competition later, so somebody's going to have to be taken over from me. Now, I'm going to be deciding who it's going to be, who's going to be taken over. Malky's in the forefront at the moment. Because Sheila says he's a bit of a dancer, but we'll wait and see. I can be bought, of course, for to either vote for you or not vote for you, depending on what you want to do. And it's a large malt whisky at the bar. So I'll see you later at the bar if anyone wants to bring that forward. So, anyway, there are a number of themes that I've got to do in relation tonight, and one of them is to talk about absent friends. And unfortunately, it's not possible for everybody that we love to be here tonight. But they're all here in spirit. And our thoughts are with them. So I just want us to raise a glass for absent friends. Right, thankfully that bit's over. Right, the significance of the 17th of July. Now, can anybody think of what the significance is of the 17th of July? I've researched this quite a lot in the past week or so, and you know, with a Commonwealth Games theme on board, the 17th of July 1979 was actually the date that Sebastian Coe run 3:49 in the mile. Now that's just slightly more than what Norry run it.
Only a half mile!
Norry did the 1600 metres, sorry. It was magic at that time.
He's in his Porsche!
In 1954, and this is really particular to Aileen,
He's only
a
12.
certain Elvis Presley recorded his first professional solo single on this date in 1954.
That's what.
In 1959, I thought this was important because it links to the Sebastian Coe thing in Norry's speed. It was the first ever flight of the stealth bomber. And we know how Norry can fly in his Porsche and all the rest of it. But, you know, maybe not quite as fast as Sebastian Coe, but the stealth bomber. But of course, the most important date was probably in about 1954. And a certain Norman Cobain was born in 1954. So, there could be a lot of cheap gags about his bus pass, but we had those discussions last night. Norry's not really interested in the bus. He's more interested in, you know, getting cheap first class rail tickets, etc., etc. So again, another quick toast. Happy birthday to Norry, 16th of James. I did ask Molly, who's impersonating Marilyn Monroe tonight, to do the happy birthday. She said it was a bit taking it too far. So obviously, we want to thank everyone for coming. I know that there's people who have come from far and wide today. And on behalf of Aileen and Norry, I would like to thank everybody for coming along to the occasion today. When Aileen first talked about the wedding back in October with us, she said, you know, it's just going to be a really small affair. We're having it in the garden, it's Norry's birthday, a few friends, you know, and that's what it's turned out like, isn't it? Absolutely not. So, back in October, Aileen said, you know, Norry and I we're going to get married, and I thought, right, okay, elder statesman in the family, I really need to go and do just the brotherly love thing and do some checks. So I went to Perth police station, Helensburgh police station. I thought I'd better just check Glasgow because it's quite big as well. So I went and I spoke to the desk sergeant. I said, look, you know, here's this guy, he's going to get married to my sister-in-law. Can you do some checks on him? I said, you know, absolutely no problem at all. And the desk sergeant came back to me, and at each of the stations said, you know, they were very reassuring, and they said that apparently that Norry's never been any bother when he spent the night with them. Life is great. So we've had Norry involved in the family for about 10 years now, and Norry's integrated very well with us in his own particular way. And I think I really need to say that from Aileen's boy's perspective, that he's been there as a supportive figure for them in relation to his honest advice about what they should do, and Norry's own particular manner in doing of it, and often some hard cash in order to support it as well. So I think Norry needs to be acknowledged into the piece of support that he's actually provided to Aileen and the boys. I'm taking it as my role, Norry, to officially welcome you into our part of the family. And as James would say in relation to myself, you're welcome into the family, and we love you dearly, but you really are part of our gene pool. And we saw the numbers of Mackenzies in the photograph today, and you know, that's deep in my heart that I'm never part of the gene pool. I'm part of So, I'm also going to give some words of wisdom to the bride and groom, and you can see that I'm about 30 years younger than them, so I'm also going to give some words of wisdom. But, Norry and I have been married for 25 years, and a lot of it is about give and take, and that's the secret that we find about having a happy marriage. The key words is that Norry makes the orders, and that's right, Norry, you take them. See how that goes. And I know that from personal experience, especially when female Mackenzies are involved. There's a number of them are in here tonight, and they're all the same. And another thing is, whenever you're wrong, just admit it, because you'll get caught out eventually. And whenever you're right, just disappear and watch the fit one shut up, because that's actually works. So I was actually to make some observations about the wedding ceremony today, and I think we can all say how spectacular it was. We couldn't have asked for a better day, so the sun shone, which was absolutely fantastic. The 30 grand that Norry spent on the garden, I think everybody can say was well worth it. Has anybody noticed the trick though about the cut flowers? That's all I'm saying. If anybody needs to know, just ask Ellen, she'll tell you. Norry admitted that the celebrant that was there to do the ceremony wasn't quite as funny as she thought it was going to be. Because I think she thought it was going to be a humorist. We all got there safely back and forward in the bus. It was a bit bloody hot in the bus. But we got there. Linda, your timekeeping was useless. You were useless at rounding folk up. Your blackboard didn't work. But we all got here, and we're here on time, and we're having a great time. Anyway, we were able to use real confetti. Real confetti is a rare thing these days. There were no fights for the toilet, I don't believe, and there were enough toilet rolls for everybody to go down. And I remember that discussion about 9 or 10 months ago when Aileen said, we're having the wedding in the garden in the morning, saying, I've only got 2 toilets. And do you really want to do all the washing up the next day? And that's why we're here tonight. A few observations. Although we didn't have any hymns, I still think the Mackenzies can't sing. And we've had a lovely meal here tonight, so thanks very much to the chef and to the waiting staff in relation to that. We're anticipating the wedding dancer competition later on. We'll wait and see who wins that, and we can take it from there. Now, affectionate words about the bride. Anne, you're up first, Ted. What have you got?
Oh yeah!
You can't see it, Anne's got a picture of Letham Primary. And I think, Aileen's got a lot of friends here from our school life tonight as well, and Aileen's played a big part in a lot of the kids' education and support for children over the years. And we just want to play that into the ceremony tonight. Petra.
I
What
love
have you
my
got?
Auntie Aileen. I wish she came with a volume control.
Anybody that knows Aileen knows that the pitch goes slightly up. So I do have a wee present for Norry, and it's his own personal remote control.
What end do you use?
Use it how you may. We have a number of placement things in the audience tonight, and I'm going to pick a few out because we're touched for time a wee bit really. But I gave each of the groups of nieces and nephews a packet of love hearts. A packet of love hearts because I wanted them to pick something out of that packet of love hearts that was pertaining to their Auntie Aileen. And I wanted them to be involved in this, about how much Aileen means to the family. So I'm going to go to Neil first. As one of the older members and the older male members, so I want you to say what you
I picked, looked through, took a little bit of time, and I picked a simple one that says, "Kiss me." So, I've done a few. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, where do we go next? I think we'll maybe go to Gavin next.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I chose best mate. It was handed to me. And I just want to wish Norry mum a long future, very happy future together, and I hope that you both find your best mate.
I think we'll go to Jack next.
So I went for Cheeky Boy. And the story behind this is Auntie Aileen used to always come down to our house in the West Coast for summer holidays and bring nieces and nephews. There was one time she took me swimming when I was very young.
You're very.
And I decided to have a wee accident in the swimming pool and evacuate the whole swimming pool. So it was a very cheeky boy that. I was very embarrassed.
Mortified.
Ross?
Loud.
Yeah, mine was Great Guy. I thought it was about Auntie Aileen and Norry.
That's
So,
fine.
I just want to say that when I've needed it, that yous have been there for me, and I know yous always will be. Norry, you're a great guy.
Ray?
Mine was playtime because a few years ago I went with work experience with Auntie Aileen and we had to monitor playtime and it made me realise it would definitely be more for the children.
Carol?
Oh dear.
This is really for Norry. As you can see, the Mackenzie's come as a job lot, so I'm afraid mine was hard luck.
And we'll follow that.
Mine was spoil me. My Auntie Aileen used to spoil me so much that she's let me eat so many peanuts. I was sick over my cousin Gary's house. She used to give me Heinz tomato soup, which I loved with milk in it. Sorry guys that were there at the hen night for the same story. But all I want to say is Norry, spoil Auntie Aileen because she deserves it. And Aileen, spoil Norry as well.
Rita, do you have one for us? nervous up there?
Oh, I've been kind of like confused as to what I was going to say, but I'd probably say to Norry that you're a bit crazy for joining our family of your own free will. But you know, Aunt Aileen's a great woman and you'll be really happy together, and I wish you all like the love and happiness in the world. Thank you.
Gary! You're done. You're done.
I would say yes. As you all know, my mum doesn't know the word no. You can't say no to mother. You have to say yes. I'm so happy that she did say yes to Norry.
Sorry.
All the best.
You could go on and on and on. And I think that was just a particular way of us portraying how special Aileen is to the family, and one way of portraying that. So we'll move a bit further on. Over the last 27 years or so that I've known Aileen, and that's quite a long time, I've seen her in lots of outfits, but I think we can all say we've probably never seen her as stunning as she is today. I've also seen Maureen in many hand-me-down dresses of Aileen's. You might need to diet to get into that one a wee bit more. Just I'll sit down.
When's the anniversary?
So although I'm not supposed to do it, I think probably what we'll do is we'll do a very quick toast to Aileen as to just how beautiful she was today. So, thank you. She was a beautiful bride, and I'm sure the family are so proud of her today.
Mark, thank you very much for everything.
So prospects for the future, let's hope there's no more children. Because I can't actually think of another name beginning with the letter G. We know that Norry and Aileen have a great circle of friends, and now that Norry's turned 60, we're hoping that he's going to slow down a wee bit and they've got a bit more time to start enjoying things. I've already booked Norry in for his hip replacement in 5 years' time at Perth Royal Infirmary. I believe that's what the waiting list time is at the moment, is that right, Sheila?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's booked in, so that should be fine.
Is that a public list?
I'm sure you'll be fine. So finally, I'd just like to thank you all for coming tonight, and I'd like you finally to raise your glasses one more time for Aileen and Norry. I'm now going to pass you on to Norry.
Well, Mark, basically we didn't know what was coming for. He thought it took me, hi, I'm here to escort Aileen. Anyway, Mark, thanks for your help. Speaks today, much appreciated. Well done, boy. Unlike you, how long did you take? 6 weeks? I was writing it today, the toilet ran at 3 o'clock. But I mean, a serious note here. I mean, a really serious note, a poignant note for me. I'd like to reflect on those dearest to me that can't be with us today. But unfortunately, the Tells No Dogs policy made that. I'd like to thank Aileen's family for welcoming me into their lives. They're a very interesting and varied. a strict Presbyterian upbringing can be seen clearly at parties. Silence and decorum is always observed. No. They're a good bunch, though. Good laugh. What the hell? A special thanks to Aileen's mum for the wonderful night of passion that produced such a wonderful child. And the excellent job. The excellent job she's bringing her up. I'm supposed to thank my own parents, but unfortunately they're in a jar and they're sitting there. I don't get much response from them. I'd like to thank my big brother Ian. I've got to thank some member of the family left. I'd like to thank my big brother Ian for giving me 2 and 6 every week from his milk round in Highland in Glasgow. He really was the best big brother anybody ever had. He was so generous, and he used to, he was in the forces and fancy places, and he would buy fancy escort Mexicos and lend me them and all that kind of carry on. Lend me fantastic Antarctic duffel coats and things that I would take to the Queen Margaret Union disco in June and things. Anyway, we get married and bloody stuff. The bridesmaids, my beautiful daughters and my lovely Sophie. Huh? Hey. What a lovely kids. Coming out and a wee toast to the bridesmaids. Well, you've got to see the markers on stage. Alright. Oh, here we go. I'd like to thank Ian, Andy and Phil. Ian being the foremost best man. They're all my best men. You know, we all share the same politics, outlook on life and sporting interest, blah blah blah. We may be a tad right-wing them. Probably would be guilty of Nuremberg crimes, but most importantly, they worship me. And I'm sure their speeches are going to reflect that. This gets bloody complicated because it's not me, Aileen wrote this, so it really is very complicated. I'll read it verbatim. Aileen has asked me to thank her very good friends whose help over the past few weeks is very much appreciated with hilarity along the way. Sheila, Julie, sorry, you've got to stand up and say this apparently. Sheila, Julie, Sue, Tracy. Please stand up.
She's not standing up.
Sue, stand up. You've got to stay standing up all day.
Up, Julie, up.
What are you going to do, John?
I don't know.
Stand up. What's going on?